What's up everybody? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 best banks with the highest APY rates available to you guys today. I'm going to be talking about exactly what each one of these banks have to offer to you guys, and I'm going to let you guys know exactly where I'm currently holding my money to get that sweet passive income. Now, after I talk about all 5 of these banks on this list, I'm going to give you guys a few honorable mentions that almost made it on this list. So a few months ago, I made a video very similar to this one where I spoke about the top 5 best banks where you guys can hold your savings in then. Now, I decided to make this video today because there's been so many changes in APY rates throughout so many banks, and I just had to let you guys know about them. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the highest APY rate banks, and I'm going to order them from highest APY rate to lowest APY rate. So as you guys can already tell, there's a lot of changes happening in today's market. So all of the APY rates that I'm about to let you guys know are going to be changing very soon. But I'm giving you guys my word right now that with every APY rate change that's going to be happening in the next few months, I'm going to be actually editing it in the subtitles below. So if you guys see subtitles popping up right about here where I mention a new number, that means the APY rate changed to this current number. The updated subtitles are going to appear right at the bottom of the screen, right above the like button. I hope you guys are going to appreciate that little addition, and with that being said, hi guys, my name is Dennis, and in this channel I talk about personal finance as well as my continuous journey to financial freedom. So let me just start off by saying that the most important thing that I look for when looking into an online bank is seeing if it's FDIC insured. FDIC insurance supplies deposit insurance to institutions such as these banks to make sure that its customers have ease of mind that they won't lose their money when putting it in these banks. The second most important thing that I look for in a bank is making sure that it has no fees or minimum balances required. And only after all of this, I make sure to look at what APY rate this bank has to offer me so that I can get the most out of my money. Now, the only banks that I can think of that can do all 3 of these things combined are online banks. So that's why all the banks I'm going to be talking about in this video are going to be online only banks. They're all not going to have any minimum balances required, and they're all not going to have any monthly maintenance fees. And I know I mentioned this a billion times before, but physical banks have so many unnecessary fees that online banks don't have. Physical banks have so many overhead costs that then gets translated to us as customers with every single account. But since online banks don't have any of these overhead costs, they pretty much give that money back to us in the form of high APY rates. But the only one downside of online only banks is really that it's online only, which means if you guys want to go see a teller or go to an ATM, you're not going to be able to do it in a physical branch. Now, with all that being said, let's get started with this list. And like I mentioned before to you guys, I'm going to be listing all of these banks from highest APY rates to lowest APY rates. And again, if you're stumbling on this video a little bit later in the future, you're going to see subtitles appear over any changed APY rates. So keep an eye out on that. Now, the first bank that I want to talk about is a bank that I recently signed up for, and I recently made a video about it. This bank has the highest APY rate on this list, and this bank is called Current. Current is actually the first online bank that I've encountered that actually show you guys exactly what the debit card looks like ahead of time on their homepage. And let me tell you guys, without even knowing the APY rate that they offered, I was already intrigued with the card. Look at this thing. It's black, purple, blue, and with all its surroundings. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm probably gonna put up a picture on the screen. And this card looks sick. But in all seriousness, guys, the main reason I signed up to Current's checkings and savings account and I got this card is because Current is offering 4% APY rate in their savings accounts. Now, 4% APY is a crazy high amount to offer for our savings, so naturally I thought there was something off. So this made me look into this bank a little further, and I found out that they're only offering 4% APY rate on up to $6,000 overall. This means that I can only earn this 4% APY on up to $6,000 overall in my saving pods. Now, offering 4% APY rate was pretty much unheard of until that moment, so naturally I was a little curious. Now, I know this sounds a little bit confusing, and pretty much I was really confused at first too, but pretty much what Current is doing is that they're allowing you to open 3 saving pods overall with a maximum amount of $2,000 deposited in each pod. So altogether, it's a total of $6,000 where you can earn 4% on all of that. So naturally what I did, since 4% APY is still a very high APY rate, I pretty much put $6,000 of my emergency fund straight into Current's online saving pods so that I can earn that sweet 4% APY rate. This is gonna allow me to make an extra $20 every single month while holding my $6,000 in these saving pods. And to quickly break these amounts for you guys right now, I pretty much take those $6,000, multiply it by 4%, and I get $240 yearly. And then I take that $240 and divide it by 12 months, and I get $20 a month in APY rate. Now moving on to the second bank on this list with the second highest APY rate, and this bank is Wealthfront. Wealthfront offers a whopping APY rate of 3.3% at this current moment. Now since Wealthfront currently has the second highest APY rate, I take the rest of my emergency fund and put it there. So now my emergency fund is spread across two banks, Current and Wealthfront. So now I have my emergency fund spread across two banks, $6,000 at Current and the rest at Wealthfront. It offers FDIC insurance of up to $1 million overall, and it has a great interface with many different features. One of these features that I really love to use is the Track Your Net Worth feature. This feature pretty much allows you to log into every single one of your accounts that you own, which I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about student loan debt, I'm talking about credit cards, I'm talking about other checkings and savings accounts, I'm talking about investing accounts. Pretty much every single account that you have, you can log into in this one specific feature. And what this feature does is it takes all of the money that you currently have and all of the debt that you currently have and adds and subtracts them together and gives you the net worth. Now, if you guys are interested in this bank and this APY rate, you should go sign up to this bank. Now, the third bank on my list is a bank account that I've been holding much longer than any other bank accounts on this list. And of course, I'm talking about Ally Bank. Ally Bank recently sent me an email that they're upping their APY rate from 2.5% to 3%. So now Ally Bank offers 3%. Now I know it might not sound like a big difference, but any single digit difference of APY rate between one bank and another can cost me a lot of money in the year. Now all of these banks are constantly trying to compete with one another. That's why they're always changing their APY rate to stay competitive. That's why this small difference between Ally Bank's APY rate and Wealthfront's APY rate made me keep my money at Wealthfront rather than Ally Bank. But on the other hand, when there's such small differences in APY rates between banks like these, I end up holding my money in one place and not moving it. Now, Ally Bank offers FDIC insurance of up to $250,000 per depositor. As you can see in the screenshot right here, Ally Bank doesn't charge any of these pesky fees that other banks might charge. They do, however, charge some fees that they're very open and transparent about. In my personal opinion, the best thing that Ally Bank offers is a system called Buckets. Buckets is a type of system that helps you set up goals for different types of achievements or expenses that you have in your life. Setting up these buckets can help motivate you to achieve any goal that you want to achieve. For example, go on a vacation or pay off debt. And I personally haven't seen this system in any other online bank so far. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that you can help this video spread to more people. Thank you. Now, the fourth bank that I'm going to be talking about on this list is actually not a bank at all. It's a brokerage account. And of course, I'm talking about Robinhood. Now, after a recent update, Robinhood now offers 1.5% APY rate on any cash that is not yet invested in your Robinhood account. This means that the money that you're seeing in your buying power in your Robinhood account is what's going to be earning the 1.5% APY rate. Now, they're also offering 3.75% APY rate, but only if you're registered to Robinhood Gold. Now, if I personally was already signed up to Robinhood Gold, I really wouldn't mind having all of my money in Robinhood so that I can earn that sweet 3.75% APY rate. But since I'm not registered to Robinhood Gold and I'm not using Robinhood Gold's features, I'm not planning on registering to Robinhood Gold anytime soon to get that high APY rate. It's not worth it for me at all to register for Robinhood Gold for $5 a month just to get the higher APY rate. Now, since Robinhood Gold is $5 a month, you're gonna have to have at least $1,600 in your buying power at all times just to break even with those $5 charge. Now, I got this amount by multiplying the $5 fee times the 12 months, which gives you $60. You then take that $60 and divide it by the 3.75% APY rate, which gives you the amount of money that you need to have in your Robinhood account in order to be able to afford that $5 a month. This just doesn't make sense to me financially, so I'm not signing up to Robinhood Gold. But if you guys are already signed up to Robinhood Gold, don't forget that you guys can be earning 3.75% on all of your money you have in your buying power. So take advantage of that right now. Now, Robinhood is FDIC insured up to $1.25 million with $250,000 per partner bank. Now, I obviously would have put Robinhood higher on this list if they would have offered that 3.75% from the get-go, but since they didn't, they're fourth on my list. Now, if you guys are not yet signed up to getting that APY rate, make sure to follow the instructions on the email you should have gotten, or below the buying power there should be instructions on signing up to getting that APY rate on your buying power. And now the fifth and final bank that I'm going to be talking about in this video is going to be Sofi Bank. Now, this bank is slowly creeping up to be one of my favorite banks because of all of the features that they offer. Sofi offers you 3.0% APY rate on both your checkings and your savings accounts. But you guys might be asking me right now, but Dennis, if this bank is offering 3.0%, why did you put it so low on this list? Now let me tell you guys why. Because the 3.0% APY rate that they're offering is only if you sign up to direct deposit. Now, if you don't sign up to direct deposit, this amount goes from 3.0% down to 1.20%. And that's exactly why I have this bank so low on this list, because if you don't have direct deposit, they're offering the least amount out of all of the banks that I just mentioned. Now, just like Robinhood, if this bank offered the higher percentage APY rate from the get-go, then this bank probably would have been higher on my list. Now, Sofi is FDIC insured of up to $1.5 million with $250,000 per partner bank. With Sofi, you get all of these amazing features right here and more once you fully dive into it and check it out. Now, like I mentioned before, the reason I like this bank so much is because they're offering that APY rate on both your checkings and your savings accounts. So if you guys want to sign up to direct deposit right now and sign up to this bank, it's gonna be worth it, the 3% APY rate that you're gonna be earning on both checkings and savings accounts. So you can have your emergency fund in your savings account, and at the same time, all of the direct deposit you're gonna have in your checkings account is still gonna be earning you money. Now, if you guys wanna sign up to Sofi Banking, I'll leave a link down below in the video description where you can get $25 when you sign up to checkings and savings account and deposit your first $10. Now, if you guys wanna sign up to any of the banks that I just mentioned, I'll leave a link down below in the video description to each one of these banks separately. Most of these links are actually going to be affiliate links, so if you guys don't mind supporting my channel, then don't forget to use those links. Now, there are two honorable mentions that I want to talk about that almost made it on my list. The first one that almost made on my list is actually Capital One. And Capital One offers you 3% for opening up a savings accounts with them. But as you guys know, I am not an advocate of physical banks. And if you guys want to sign up to a physical bank, Capital One would be one of them because 3% is actually the highest APY rate that I've seen in a physical bank. And the second honorable mention that I want to talk about right now is actually M1 Finance. Now, M1 Finance doesn't actually have an APY rate at the current moment, but they recently sent me an email where they said they're gonna open a savings account in 2023 and they're gonna offer 4.5% interest. 4.5%. Now, all of these high yield APY rates are much better than holding your money in a regular savings account at this current moment. According to the FDIC, the national average APY rate for savings accounts are currently 0.21%. Now, I'm not really good at math, but I think that 0.21% is much lower than any of the APY rates that I mentioned before. Now, all of these APY rates that I mentioned before are up to date as of December 4th of 2022. So if you guys are watching it much later than December 4th, make sure to check those subtitles or check the APY rates by yourself. But either way, these 5 banks are the best banks that I found right now that offer the highest APY rates. Now, if you guys found this video helpful in any way, don't forget to share it with a friend or relative who might be losing some purchasing power every single time they keep their money in a low APY rate account. Let me know in the comments down below which of these 5 banks you decided to keep your money in, or if you have any suggestions of any other banks for me to review. Now, earning a high APY rate for your money is very important, but what's also important is if you invest correctly. That's why I made this video right here where I talk about the 5 best stocks that you guys should own for life. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.